Hey friends, just a little thought for you, thought-provoking little thought hopefully for you. One of the things about our culture currently is, we've spoken of this before, but the polarizing divide between ideas. And just wanted to tell you, often we think the truth is found somewhere in the middle of those ideas, but actually the truth is found on the extremes. I want to explain to you what I mean by that. Sometimes we think about ideas that pendulum swing, and I think that's true to some extent. But in our culture, we have these two polarized ideas. Let me give you an idea. So the idea that facts don't care about feelings. Let's just stick with that one for now. You probably heard that phrase. But the idea that these facts, these figures, these statistics tell the truth, but personal experience doesn't. Or personal experience only tells the truth, and stats and facts and figures don't tell the truth. And we have this real interesting battle over truth, particularly, about is there something real that we can ascribe or take from the idea of personal perspective, and is there something real that we can take in terms of truth from the idea of fact, from the idea of statistics? And you often find people polarized on those examples. Now, what I want to say is this: there's no middle ground there. There's none, and there's not meant to be. There's not meant to be a middle ground between facts, figures, statistics, and emotions, feelings, and experiences. They're both meant to actually hold truth in equal value, and the idea is that they both are expressions, hear this, of God Himself. So what happens is that we often feel like we have to take one perspective, in one sense, a pastoral perspective, or I don't know, whatever you want to call this side over here, a biblical truth perspective, grace versus truth, or pastoral care versus we don't care about people, we just care about God, or the truth of the Bible, whatever it is. And actually, those to make it a choice between those two paradigms is a false dichotomy. You don't have to choose between them. They're both real and both true. The question is, how do you hold truths in tension? Christianity is genuinely the only philosophy and the only real religion that hosts both these truths in tension without you having to get rid of either one. Politics is how we view most of our world and view most of these conversations. And what happens is, in politics, you have to choose one or the other. You have to choose a side, polarize, and then you have to make a decision about who you vote for. That's generally what happens, especially in America. But what I would like to suggest to you is that in the kingdom, you can understand that both hold truth, both hold value, and both need to be listened to in equal measure. Not because they are trying to disprove each other, but because they reveal the Father heart of God. One is truth, the transcendent God, the one who is above and beyond our experiences. But one is also true that God is immanent. He is intimately involved in our lives. He wants to know us, our emotions, our experiences. On one hand, God is absolutely, fundamentally about truth that cannot be disproved. And on the other hand, He's also very aware that we have perspectives, ideas, lives that we live our lives through, lenses that we live our lives through. And so my suggestion to you is this: don't get drawn into the polarization. Understand that both hold weight of truth, and understand that you can hold both these positions not as dichotomies. It's a false dichotomy. You can hold both these positions and be a Christian. And in fact, Christianity is the only religion where there is a God, where there is a Trinity, where there is a philosophy that can hold the weight of both of these realities together. God is both transcendent. God is both transcendent and He's immanent. God is both about truth and fact and statistics. He made biology, but He's also interested in people's experiences. And we're not trying to somehow find a middle ground that fudges both. We are trying to understand at what point do we apply these truth narratives to our lives, and at what point are we going to lay down one area that is completely true to serve the other, and one area that is completely true to serve the other. And actually, there's something really powerful to acknowledge, that even if your life doesn't specifically reflect the stats and the facts and the figures, it doesn't minimize your life, because God understands that you have a perspective. But equally, your life cannot dictate the absolute truth of the entirety of the universe, because there are also things that are unbelievably real and impossible to disprove. So we have to find a way of holding these truths in tension, and my suggestion to you is this: is only in the Trinity, only in creation, only in Yahweh that you can hold both those truths in tension. They're not against each other, they're with each other. They are working together to reveal the Godhead Himself. Friends, don't get drawn into polarizing debates. Understand truths can be held in tension, but only through faith in Jesus Christ. Peace.